Hello and welcome back to Radical Soil Care. Today I want to introduce you more deeply to my beautiful soil remedies and help you to pick the best for your property or even your balcony. So the entire range is Soil Rescue, Soil Consolidator, Heavy Metal Support, Water Protector, Equine Formula, my weed additives and the Soil Activator. Each remedy has a slightly different focus. Some are for support after shock or trauma, whereas others support balance and consolidation. Some are more active to stimulate or shift something that is stuck, and some are more caring. So let's start with Soil Rescue. This here is the top seller, all-around workhorse, and my absolute favorite. Soil Rescue supports soil that has been heavily disturbed, whether by chemical or mechanical impact. Think overgrazing, plowing, earthworks or spraying. And it is very beneficial during drought, flood or bushfire recovery. You could think of it as your first aid remedy. Soil Rescue is also very useful for any high impact use like gardening, when repotting or planting, and particularly in market gardens. It can also be used after pruning your fruit trees or hedges. You can apply it directly onto the cuts and on the soil around the plants you have pruned for further support. You can use it for injured trees or even for cut flowers. Last but certainly not least, Soil Rescue also boosts your strip grazing results. Apply it right after you move the livestock off, and it helps the trampled biomass break down quicker, speeding up decomposition, recovery, and turning it into organic matter. Use it as often as you like, no ODing on Soil Rescue. It can also be used as a carrier for the weed additives, which I explain a little bit later. It is also your fallback position because it is so versatile. So if you are uncertain or simply cannot be bothered with all this information, this is your go-to remedy. Soil Consolidator. This remedy helps the soil to settle, strengthen and hold changes after a major shift. It is best used in the next application cycle after spreading Soil Rescue or after the Soil Activator. So use it to consolidate gains after applying a remedy that created a big shift. Once you have done your first aid, your first activation, and your soil starts to respond and recover, you can shift to the consolidator. Think of it a bit like moving from the ER to the ward. Same as rescue, you can use it as often as you like. If you're uncertain when to shift your soil to the ward, just keep using Soil Rescue until you are. Right, heavy metal support. Well, it's a bit self-explanatory, isn't it? That heavy metal support assists soils that have been affected by heavy metal contamination. It encourages the natural plant succession, which is the soil's way of healing, and helps recover from the extremely low vibrational impact of heavy metals. So when you walk over heavy metal contaminated soils, the energy is extremely low and everything feels heavy and like it's happening in slow motion, like wading through mud. The heavy metal support lifts that energy right up, speeding up plant succession. And this succession process ultimately supports phytoremediation, where plants gradually reduce contamination over time. Use frequently when contamination is ongoing, for example if you are downhill from a conventional dairy farm or other industrial sites. Equine Formula. So this is a specialized remedy developed to support soils on horse properties which have a very particular soil profile. I see it often that horse management can lead to disturbed and stressed soils, including high salinity, compacted zones, and a particular weed profile. Equine Formula is designed to help heal those specific soil issues, reducing hotspots, and rebalance the soil biology, especially useful when your pasture is not thriving despite good grazing practice. The Equine Formula is very complex, so please don't add anything to it, it's plenty. Weed additives. So as we know, weeds are indicators of what is going on in our soil, as well as powerful healers to remedy those issues. Weed additives address the particular needs of soil with weed infestations. So if your property or parts of it is overrun by one particular weed, you can add the appropriate additive to the soil consolidator or to the soil rescue. The additives don't stand alone, so they need the properties of the carriers to do their work. And the additives are not weed killers. They are designed to heal the underlying soil condition that makes it necessary for this specific weed to grow. The additives help the soil move out of survival mode and reduce weed pressure by addressing the underlying patterns. However, less is more. 1 or 2 additives per area are enough. Let's not overpower our precious soil biology, however well intentioned. You can apply the additives once every 3 months, not more often. Let's give the soil biology time to adapt first. Currently, weed additives are available for blackberries, ragwort, thistles, capeweed, dock, and cat's ear. If you would like others, just let me know and I'll make them for you. Now the soil activator. So I was umming and ahhing for a long time whether to include it in the range. It is that powerful that it actually can backfire when overused. Soil activator is made to wake up tired dormant soils, reminding them of what they are capable of. Best used as an introductory remedy and followed up with a soil consolidator. Beneficial as a one-off. You might apply it every 6 months, but caution is really warranted and less is definitely more. I know it can be very tempting because the results with the soil activator are amazing, but it is not suitable for frequent use. Let's say where the soil rescue is a hug, the activator is a cup of coffee, or more 10 cups of coffee. So definitely not suitable after extended soil trauma like drought, floods or bushfire. Right, there is so much more information on all those remedies on my website, radicalsoilcare.com. You find there an extensive soil remedy guide as well as a comparison table. Also have a look at the other 2 videos, why using my soil remedies and how to use them. And if you still have questions, no problem, just send me an email. You find me on radicalsoilcare.com. So see you there and thank you so very much for watching. Bye bye.